everyone, it's Arlene. I'm going to be creating a simple layout for you today, and I will give you a tutorial here on a video. I'm going to be using Graphic 45's Nutcracker Suite paper collection, which is available now through your local scrapbook store or online scrapbook store. And I like to combine the paper collection along with the chipboard tags and the stickers. It just makes creating the layout so much more easier. I'm going to incorporate some staples. They may be these, but they may not. These are the Graphic 45 staples. And I'll have some I Am Roses, and I'm probably going to use some dies. This is a Cherry Lynn Designs English tea doily. Really love this one. And I will likely cut out this doily with the paper collection. I'm going to be making an 8x8 layout of my 3 boys, and this was taken at Christmas last year. And you'll see how versatile the Graphic 45 Nutcracker Suite papers are, because you'll see a lot of purples and pinks, but then you'll also see a lot of the traditional reds and greens. So here we go, guys. Thanks for joining me. First step, I'm going to flip through the Nutcracker Suite paper pad and choose my papers. And I like to have my picture available while I do that so I can see how the colors contrast on each other. Okay, so these are the 3 papers I selected from the collection. I may double up and use something on the back, but these are traditionally what I'm going to be using with this picture. Now, what I want to do is basically cut off the border on the top, of course, and I'm taking some medium weight chipboard that I purchased at joanns.com, and I'm going to cut it down to 8x8. I always like to put my layouts on a nice heavy chipboard so the embellishments don't sag. Of course, this doesn't traditionally go into a scrapbook per se, like a scrapbook, with the plastic covers, because again, dimensional layouts won't fit. What I like to do is store my layouts in shadow boxes, and you can purchase those at your local scrapbook store, and you can display those in your craft room, in your family room. It's really something that doesn't exist in a box, but on display on your wall, and really that's what you want. You want something that you can share with people that come over. So anyways, let me go ahead and cut this down, and we're going to speed up a few of this, okay? I used Sukwon tape, or otherwise known as score tape, to adhere the paper down to the chipboard because, of course, there's going to be a lot of layers going on here, and I want something that could hold the paper down really good. And typically I would go and distress the edges, but we're going to keep this a very simple layout again, so I'm not going to distress the edges. You can easily ink up the edges or use your Distress It All, or even just get a pair of scissors and rough up the edges to distress it. Okay, you could just rub up and down and it'll distress the edges, but I'm not going to do that on this simple layout. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is add another layer, and I'm going to use this sheet here, and I'm just going to cut it down. Right now my layout's 8x8. I'm going to cut this down to either 6.5 or 7. I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut my layer down to 7x7. I want to layer it onto some cardstock. So I have some craft cardstock here from Paper Tray Ink, and I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger than 7. So I'm going to do, let's just go with 7.25. So I'm going to cut this down to 7.25. Okay, so I cut my layer down to 7.25 by 7.25, and that mats the design paper just perfectly. I'm going to put that down there, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my ATG to get this on. My background's done. Now I have my photo of my boys, and I'm going to go ahead and layer it down on some paper. And I'm going to use some craft cardstock again to layer them on the craft cardstock, and then I'm going to layer on the back of that, or I may do it this way. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to layer it onto the design paper with a little bit of border, and then I'm going to layer it onto the craft cardstock. So when you want the doilies to kind of peek out in certain parts, just die cut part of the doily. You don't have to use a whole piece of paper. Or if you want to die cut the whole doily, go ahead and do that. And you can cut it in half and you can have one part peeking out here and one part peeking out here. And you know what? I think I want to do that. So let me get a different design paper. I'm sticking to the reds and greens here, as you can tell, and the paper collection has a good variety of them. So it looks like I might need something that's red. So let me see what I can find. So I die cut the doily and this is what it looks like. And I decided I'm going to only have it up on the top because I am going to use my metal door plate on the base of my photo. So I'm probably going to do something like this. And I want it to peek out over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the whole doily. Okay, so I'm going to do something like that. And then let me open this up. So I'm probably going to use this chipboard piece right here. And I'm going to be cutting out, and maybe I'll just use this guy right here. Again, we're trying to keep this simple. For those that don't fussy cut, I'm not going to fussy cut on this layout. So once I have the chipboard pieces cut out, I'm going to use my basic gray. It's really cool. I love this precision file set. I'm going to use that to file down the edges of my chipboard so it's smooth on all the way around. Okay, and then I want to use one of the metal buttons, and I'm going to use this to sort of create this anchor through here. I finished making my poinsettias, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the layout together, so just sit back and enjoy. Okay, so my layout's done, and I did quite a bit of layering when I thought I wasn't going to, but the layering is very, very simple. It's really just taking your embellishments and going for the right look, really. And so I made handmade these flowers, and because I wanted to add some layers to my flowers, I die cut these leaves, these holiday leaves or these pine leaves, I should say, using my Cherry Lynn Designs die and the Graphic 45 coordinations paper because it matches the paper collection perfectly. And then I added this Momenta metal embellishment here on the corner, only because I needed to balance out the layout and there wasn't much going on up at the top, so I just wanted to add a little bit of something. And then I added this chipboard piece that says Christmas Magic from the Nutcracker Suite chipboard tags set. So I used a lot of chipboard tags. I used Staples embellishments. I added an ornate vintage key from the Staples collection. And that is my simple layout. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will have more information up on my blog, and this will also be up on the Graphic 45 blog. So thanks for watching, everyone. All the links will be down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.